Farrelly from the Legal Counsel at Chongqing Office, and today I'll be providing a brief overview of Chongqing's business environment for potential investors within Chongqing. So this is similar to a previous presentation that I provided on this channel in regards to the Southwest business environment. So basically, within this presentation, I'll be giving a more, let's say, detailed overview of the city or municipality rather of Chongqing and what foreign investors should be aware of in terms of this municipality. So initially, we'll go through just as the title suggests, the environment within Chongqing specific to business-related activities. Then we'll be moving forward to specific advantages that the Chongqing municipality has, as well as national initiatives which make it more attractive for foreign investors. We'll then have a look at the current situation for foreign investors within Chongqing, and we'll round it off with some of the main aspects that you should take away from this presentation, and also some challenges within the business environment. So firstly, in terms of our firm, DeAndre & Partners Legal Counsel, of course, within the Chongqing business environment, as well as any business environment really, we do provide legal services more specific to investment, of course, and corporate legal assistance. We can see here vital aspects of legal assistance in terms of compliance with labor law, IPR, as well as all-encompassing services based in any foreign business environment you may find yourself in. Also accumulated numerous awards for our work over the years, specifically and in the Chinese environment in recent times. So therefore, we'll be best placed to handle your investment within the Chinese business environment, as well as, of course, within Chongqing. For your reference, within the Chinese marketplace, of course, we have several offices, but we also have other offices globally in terms of Europe, other areas within Asia, to completely cover the needs of foreign investors. So moving on to the topic at hand, of course, Chongqing as a municipality, as I mentioned before, is a huge area within the southwest of China, roughly the size of Austria, covering not only numerous different cities within its municipality, but also counties with a combined municipality population of over 34 million. Now, the most recent estimates of the previous year, 2021, had Chongqing with GDP growth of 8.3%. This is higher than some of the other more well-known areas within China, as well as higher than the national average. This is a sign that Chongqing is an area which is not only attractive to foreign investors, but a growing area, even in these tough times. So of course, it's one of the few centrally controlled municipalities within China, which is an important aspect in terms of the focus of the Chinese government on its development. Of course, within the southwest, it has numerous different location-based advantages, such as being based on the Yangtze River, which is, of course, one of the third largest river in the world. So it acts as a transportation hub in terms of water-based transportation. Of course, it also is an important manufacturing base, not only for Chinese market, but globally as well. You can see it's one of the largest electronic information industry clusters in Asia, and of course, and for the Chinese market, it manufactures a lot of the automobiles based here for the domestic market. So this is just an idea, a snapshot of Chongqing. But in order to understand why foreign investors should be taking note of this area, it is part of Belt and Road Initiative. Now, for those who aren't aware, this is of course the reintroduction of the ancient Silk Road, which is basically connecting China to not only Europe through the China-Europe Railway Express, but also to other areas within Southeastern Asia, as well as Africa, through various different rail to sea routes. So this is another aspect which I think I touched upon previously, where Chongqing is locationally very well placed. And in terms of other aspects for Chongqing's advantages, China's national initiative to further develop the west of the country is a national plan which has infrastructure investments and enticement of foreign investment at the forefront. We see this in terms of the retention of talents. So we have subsidies for these sort of areas, as well as tax incentives for investors within certain categories of industries. These are some things that Chongqing and say the western region of China does have as an advantage. In addition to which, I touched upon this, I think in the introduction, the Yangtze River, which runs through Chongqing. This is a great advantage in terms of Chongqing, not only for transportation, but also for trade between cities, which are also on the Yangtze River, which is, again, one of the largest rivers in the world, which splits China into and basically connects a lot of major cities on its banks. This is important for Chongqing, of course, but in the present day, I would say in the future as well, one of the most important aspects of Chongqing's development is the Chengdu-Chongqing economic circle. Now, this again is a national strategy with regional-based coordination at its core. So this is relatively new, so it's still a developing initiative, but at the time of recording, there are a lot of, we'll say, strategic cooperation between the city of Chengdu as well as Chongqing in terms of infrastructure, transportation, information sharing between development zones, environmental protection, and this is a really exciting project moving forward. And in terms of any investors within Chengdu or Chongqing, this is something that in the future could lead to more preferential policies for investors, as well as more specifically foreign investors to be part of this national project. So in this sense, it's something to keep in mind for now, especially in terms of foreign investors within Chongqing right now, going back to the present. So the top districts within Chongqing would be Yubei, Na'an, and Jiangbei districts in terms of where foreign investors favor mostly. Yubei and Jiangbei are based in the north, and Nan'an being in the south. And for the investors which are most prevalent within Chongqing, we have Hong Kong, British Virgin Islands, and Singapore as the top three. We'll see very much an Asian based investor core within Chongqing. In terms of which industries are most popular with foreign investors, we have the traditional large industries from manufacturing, leasing, and of course the others you can read by yourself there as the top five. So we'll see in terms of innovation, there are areas within Chongqing's foreign investment environment for development moving forward outside of these more traditional areas. So we'll wrap up with some of the main aspects of note. Of course, as Chongqing is developing quite fast, as I mentioned at the start of this presentation, there are increasing labor costs, especially in the manufacturing sector. So this is, of course, bad news for people or investors rather who favor lower cost employees. However, it's good news for, we'll say, attracting more talent to Chongqing. Mentioning talent, we do have to touch upon the lack of high quality senior talent within Chongqing. This is an aspect which foreign investors have found troublesome within the Chongqing investment environment, as well as financing. Now, many foreign investors in particular have outlined that there are high loan interest rates and relatively complicated financing procedure in Chongqing. These are just some takeaways to really keep in mind when considering Chongqing. So, just to wrap the entire presentation, in terms of Chongqing, there are a lot of advantages in attracting foreign investment, not only location, but the numerous different aspects which make it unique. In terms of, let's say, the major advantage of Chongqing, that it's an air, rail, sea, and highway transportation hub. So it covers all areas, and there are aspects of Chongqing which are particularly attractive to foreign investors in terms of the national-based policies, which are really trying to build up the Western region, as well as the regional coordination between Chongqing and Chengdu with the economic circle. So it is an area on the grow, and I think moving forward, this will be a municipality and a region which will be more and more known to foreign investors and more attractive. So just again, for the Southwest, as we have our offices based here in Chongqing, we have written and published already a specific regional guide to investing in the Southwest of China, not only Chongqing, but of course the provinces of Sichuan, Guizhou, as well as Yunnan, which encompass the Southwest of China. So within this guide, we've outlined numerous different legal, fiscal, taxation, as well as travel and cultural aspects of the Southwest, which will give you a very clear idea of what the Southwest of China is and how you may go about investing in that area in terms of what particular items would be of note to foreign investors. We've outlined the development zone, as well as incentives or subsidies which may be available to foreign investors, as well as the taxation system which may be available within the Southwest regions. So from my end, I've been Shane Farrelly, and I thank you for your time, and welcome to Invest in Chongqing. We'll see you next time.